Connecting the dots of the Constitution for you like no one else can. The KrisAnne Hall Show. She's an attorney, a disabled U.S. Army veteran, an author, public speaker, mother, pastor's wife, and a patriot. She's KrisAnne Hall.
Any varmint that crosses that lady's path has met its match.
Rise and shine. Time to wake up. Wake up. Defend liberty. KrisAnne Hall here, behind the Liberty First microphone, bringing you the truth when it's not even fair and balanced. Shame on me. I am in Minnesota, waking up this morning to a white blanket all over everything outside. Looking at my cell phone, noticing that it's 34 degrees outside. Noticing that I'm very grateful that I'm inside. It's fun to see the snow when you live in Florida. It's fun to see the snow when you live in Florida. But I remembered last night as I was driving through it how much I hate driving in snow. I grew up in St. Louis. Winter was something we dealt with. I'm not foreign to snow. I lived in Colorado for 3 years. And I sometimes start feeling, sort of melancholy, reminiscent of the snow and all the fun we had in the snow and all that sort of thing. And then I start thinking, everything that I like about the snow is what happens while I'm inside and the snow is outside. You know, the crackling fire and the cozy blanket and the hot chocolate and looking out the window and seeing it fall and land in the trees and in the beautifulness of the snow outside while I'm inside. You know, you're wondering, KrisAnne, there's so many things going on. Why is she talking about snow? Let me tell you what, if I just start off this morning the way my brain wants to start off this morning, I don't think the FCC could handle it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to ease into the morning. We're just going to ease in. Don't worry. We're going to get there. I'm sure that I will prove myself a wacko bird extremist by the end of the hour. So have no fear. Have no fear. We will get there. I just want you to know, sometimes when you wake up in the morning, take a minute to take a deep breath and just thank God for the air in your lungs. Thank God for the sun that will rise in a few hours. Thank God for the moon that will shine and light your day. Just take a minute to breathe and thank God. Because, when it comes down to it, if we lose proper perspective, we can become overwhelmed. Think about it. Our framers fighting a war in the name of liberty. Losing battles in the name of liberty. We think we lose an election and the progressives win an election. Maybe even the progressives win more than one election. And oh my goodness, we need to just stick our head in the covers and I'm going to quit politics and why do I even try and is it all worth it? And oh my goodness, I've battled and this and that and the other and nobody listens and deep breath. And remember, people have sacrificed a whole lot more than poll watching, phone banking, precinct walking in the name of liberty. And they didn't quit. Am I sounding sort of hardcore? Am I sounding very unsympathetic? I don't mean to be without compassion. Go ahead. Feel frustrated. It's normal to feel that way when you've invested in something and it didn't come out the way you wanted it. But can I say to you, we have yet to begun to fight? If an election makes you want to just simply turn in and go back to baking cookies and watching Duck Dynasty, then you need to reconsider why you were in this fight to begin with. Were you in this fight for your candidate? Were you in this fight for your party? Were you in this fight for your state? Because if that's what this is all about, you're going to be discouraged time and time again. And maybe you might as well just turn in the towel. I mean, seriously. Because that's not what this is about. It's got to be about liberty. Because if you're not about liberty, you won't stay in the fight. John Adams writes to Abigail and talks about the fact that he has never been more discouraged and more disgusted at his fellow countrymen than ever he was before. He is in Boston, waiting for reinforcements. They have already lost battles in the Revolutionary War. They are giving their lives. They are bleeding for liberty. Their families are on the run in the name of liberty. People being tortured and murdered in the name of liberty. And he can't believe the low turnout. We're not talking about voter turnouts. We're talking about people who are willing to stand while their families are being tortured, their people being shot, and their homes being burnt down by the government. And he says to Abigail, I've just never been more disgusted as I am my whole life. He said, do our people want to leave the continent in the lurch? Are they looking for another pathetic loss simply because they won't stand? And then he says, posterity. Posterity. I hope you appreciate what we've done. He says, liberty, I hope that you will make good use of it. For if you do not, I shall repent in heaven that I ever took half the pains to preserve it. Hey, conservative. Hey, Republican. Hey, libertarian. You haven't taken 1/4 of the pains of John Adams, half the pains to preserve our liberty. I hate it if I'm sounding unsympathetic, but you gotta suck it up and drive on. This is not the time to quit. We have yet begun to fight, and our children deserve better. Don't be weak. Don't be wishy-washy. Don't be like the government that we have. You're going to hear stories, oh, if it hadn't been for the libertarians, the Republican could have won. Really, do you think that's it? Because, I mean, let's look at the facts. You know, we were just about facts here. Just about facts, right? So, seeing how the vote breaks down among groups and how much groups have shifted since 2009. See, we need to really look at this. The Libertarian Party is primarily young people, 18 to 29. The Republican Party is primarily people 45 to 65 or over. The majority of the people who voted for the Libertarian in Virginia were 18 to 29. They actually stole votes from the Democrats. This is what you have to understand. This is what you have to understand. The majority of the voters are not coming from the Republicans to the Libertarians right now. It's mostly the young people who are saying, wait a minute, this socialism that my parents told me about, no, I don't think I like it so much. I don't think I like it so much. Now, grant it to you, these people think that the Republicans are more to blame for the recent federal shutdown. That's what the polls say. So they take the side of the Democrats, these libertarians, in the government shutdown. That the Republicans are responsible. And so that's why they're voting Libertarian instead of Democrat. Most of them are voting because they cannot stand either of the people. We have to understand here that this is not a battle between the third party and the Republicans. This is a battle for people who are sick and tired of political deceptiveness, sick and tired of the lesser of two evils, sick and tired of government intrusion, sick and tired of the status quo. Clue here, Republican Party. You want to get the people back in your camp? Stop being status quo. Hey, it's the Republicans that abandoned.
The KrisAnne Hall Show.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? It's a flying bear! Hank here from my friends at Tallahassee's Flying Bear Great American Grill. Ever seen a bear with aviator shades? You will at the Flying Bear restaurant. The Flying Bear Great American Grill is a locally owned, family-owned place where the service is great and the food is even better. Sandwiches, salads, awesome entrees, and the best hamburger in Tally. Look for the big Mama and Papa Bear-sized chairs out front in the new section of the Persimmon Hills Shopping Center on Thomasville Road. That's the Flying Bear Great American Grill. Delicious food and an intense desire to please.
Washington is broken, and now politicians are letting their mistakes hurt the rest of us. But Steve Sutherland is fighting back, working to stop Obamacare, to protect struggling small businesses and Florida families who can't afford to pay thousands more in higher health care premiums. Steve Sutherland.
I understand how crushing the tax burden is going to be upon small business. The NFIB estimates that 1.6 million jobs will be lost by 2014 due to this insurance mandate.
A small businessman, Steve Sutherland understands how to get Florida's economy moving, helping to create new, good-paying jobs.
Repealing this legislation will provide much-needed certainty to small businesses around this country, allowing them to hire and invest into their employees.
Call Steve Sutherland at 202-224-3121 and thank him for standing up for Florida families and fighting to stop Obamacare. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
Hi, I'm Jay Trumbull, but you can call me the Culligan Man.
Hey, Culligan Man!
Yeah, that'll work too. For over 55 years, my family has been in the water conditioning business, and I'm proud to serve North Florida and South Georgia. From bottled water delivery to top-of-the-line water treatment systems designed to remove contaminants and minerals, Culligan truly is better water, pure and simple. Visit us online at CulliganTallahassee.com or call me at 850-580-0300. 580-0300. Culligan, better water, pure and simple.
This is Adam Goodson, the new general manager at Harry's Seafood Bar and Grill, downtown Tallahassee. If you're a regular at Harry's, you know about our great selection of seafood, chicken, beef, and pork dishes, along with our signature burgers, sandwiches, and salads. Harry's uses the best contemporary Cajun and Creole flavors on dishes like shrimp and scallop Orleans, grilled chicken Baton Rouge, Bourbon Street salmon, and French quarter beef tenderloin. Our happy hour specials go from 2 to 7 every day except Tuesday, but happy hour goes all day. Plus half-price wine on Mondays and half-price martinis on Wednesdays. Best of all, during Harry's holiday gift card promotion, get a free $30 gift card for every $100 gift card purchased. Check out our special holiday menu, Salmon Rockefeller, a beetroot beer glazed prime pork chop, and our holiday trio, filet, lobster, and shrimp scampi. Don't forget the winterberry cobbler and pumpkin martinis. I'm Adam Goodson, looking forward to meeting you this holiday season. Harry's Seafood Bar and Grill, Finland Plaza, downtown Tallahassee.
Hey, this is Buddy from Dents Unlimited, where you get up to $500 towards any insurance claim. For over 15 years, we've been painting your vehicles. We're still doing collision repair, but now you have the option of trading it in for a newer one. We now offer auto and truck sales. We've moved to a new facility on North Monroe and Fred George. Dents Unlimited is now, drumroll please, Autos Unlimited. At Autos Unlimited, we have a great selection of vehicles priced under 10 grand. We have vehicles as low as $1,500. Guaranteed financing, extended warranties available, and no credit application is refused. Not only do we have a great selection, but when you buy a vehicle at Autos Unlimited, your first oil change is free. That's right, I said free. As always, you get up to $500 towards any insurance claim. Check us out at autosoftally.com or call 671-3368 now. Autos Unlimited, your car's sweet home.
On-call, computer solutions. Call 224-1008. IT support 158.
Computer driving you insane? Check out our Fix It or It's Free guarantee.
Call 224-1008. IT support 158.
Hi, I'm Mike Frieder with On-Call Computer Solutions, here to tell you how to get rid of viruses, fix dead computers, broken laptop screens, and slay the dreaded blue screen of death. If you're having computer problems, there's a better way to handle it. Visit the award-winning local computer guys you already know and trust at On-Call Computer Solutions, home of the famous Fix It or It's Free guarantee. Bring your broken, beat down, or tired computer to our centrally located Manor at Midtown repair shop today and get it fixed for one low flat rate. It's time to end the insanity.
On-call computer solutions. We manage technology so you don't have to. Check us out online at TallahasseeBackup.com.
The KrisAnne Hall Show. She's Liberty's lobbyist.
I'm the smiling face on your TV. Oh, I'm the cult of personality.
Time to wake up, America. We've been sleeping way too long. Time to go next door, beat on the door of your neighbor, and tell him, hey, time to wake up and smell the tyranny. You know what? The Virginia loss of the Republican candidate was not because of a third party. Let's look at how the GOP handled this race. And then you can tell me, who did the GOP want to win the Virginia gubernatorial race? The campaign strategist for the GOP candidate said that the national GOP abandoned his campaign in the final days. He says there are a lot of questions that are going to be asked. was leaving the candidate. Can somebody tell me how to pronounce his name? Alone in the first week of October? A smart move? We were out on our own, the campaign strategist said. Just look at the volume of ads. Do you know that they spent less money on this campaign than on most? Mark Levin commented on his show, we could have won this race for the reasons that he explained on the show. The GOP establishment and donors left this candidate in the dust. They just totally turned around and abandoned him. And they refused to help him. They didn't even spend $3 million. Levin says. So, is it the Republicans or the Libertarians? Cuccinelli. Thank you, Judy. Cuccinelli. So, even Cuccinelli's campaign strategist said the GOP left him in the dust. Did you know what else? Eric Cantor's ex-chief of staff helped McAuliffe win. Boyd Marcus, the chief of staff for Eric Cantor until 2003, who later teamed up with another GOP operative, Ray Allen, to found the firm Marcus Allen, which Cantor employed until earlier this year, joined the McAuliffe campaign and helped him win. Now you got to understand how this works, okay? Candidates in the GOP do not pick their teams. They do not go around and pick their own teams. If you are establishment GOP, if you are the GOP nominee, the GOP gives you your team. So the fact that this GOP ex-chief of staff, a GOP loyal guy, goes and helps McAuliffe win should give you a clue. Eric Cantor did not pick this guy. The GOP picked him for him. Who do they really want to win here? What is really going on? Is it the fact that if you had combined the Republican and Libertarian vote, you'd have gotten 53% of the vote, and McAuliffe would have lost because he was only elected with 47%? Or is it because the GOP didn't want Cuccinelli to win? Is that why? Let's look at the facts. Hey, don't tell me that someone who votes for a third party allows the Democrats to win. No, I'm sorry. It's those who are loyal to the establishment who continue to support the lunacy in spite of the facts that ensure the Democrats win.
The KrisAnne Hall Show.
This is Gary Fogelman from Budget Blinds of Tallahassee, offering stylish, high-quality window coverings for your home. Our large selection of window treatments includes shutters, blinds, draperies, shades, and more. Regardless of the window shape or size, Budget Blinds has a solution for you. Take 25% off Signature Series window coverings and get our no-questions-asked 5-year warranty. Call Budget Blinds for your free in-home consultation at 668-4835, online at budgetblinds.com/Tallahassee. Mention this ad and get extra 10% off Signature Series blinds.
Republican Chris Christie reelected.
The only greatest honor and privilege than being a one-term governor of New Jersey is to be a two-term governor of New Jersey.
It wasn't close. However, the gubernatorial race in Virginia was, as Democrat Terry McAuliffe barely beat Republican and Tea Party favorite Ken Cuccinelli. Here's Governor-elect McAuliffe.
It was a choice about whether Virginia would continue the mainstream bipartisan tradition that has served us so well over the last decade. At a time when Washington was often broken.
Democrats also elected mayors of New York City and Boston. President Obama flying to Dallas today to defend Obamacare. The Supreme Court to consider whether town officials in upstate New York near Rochester violated the Constitution when they opened their meetings with prayers. An elderly woman, 86, who ran in the New York City Marathon, has died. She fell during the race, died the next day. Doug Limerick, ABC News.
ABC Network News on Freedom 93 FM is brought to you by Kraft Nissan.
Chris Kraft for Kraft Nissan. Our new lifetime warranty is a game changer for buying cars in Tallahassee and Thomasville. You already know it extends the factory powertrain warranty for unlimited miles and unlimited time. But here are the facts. Kraft Nissan's lifetime warranty is backed by Great American Insurance Company, an A-rated company that was founded in 1872 with billions in assets. The same company that underwrites GM's GMPP and Ford's Gap Insurance. Kraft Nissan's lifetime warranty comes with every new Nissan we sell and most pre-owned vehicles that are 5 years old or newer with 50,000 miles or less. While Kraft Nissan's service department will certainly exceed your expectations and keep your records, you're not required to service with us. To maintain the warranty, you must perform the manufacturer's recommended maintenance and keep your records. You can do that at any licensed repair shop in the U.S. or Canada. It's that easy. What's the catch? There are no catches, hidden fees, or gimmicks. Kraft Nissan provides this product as an added value to our customers for doing business with us. The only catch? You have to buy your next vehicle from Kraft Nissan. Kraft Nissan, 3277 Mahan Drive between Academy Sports and Costco.
The word's getting around for the best auto and homeowners rates, the most complete coverage. Call Farm Bureau Insurance, 671-3276. That's 671-FARM. Here today, here tomorrow. Farm Bureau. You can't beat it.
Fun, Food, and Entertainment is Tallahassee's most entertaining monthly ragazine that features jokes, comedy, funny photos, and discounts to Tallahassee's oldest and most famous eateries. Check out youcanwin.com. That's spelled out, not abbreviated. Have you ever wondered why abbreviation is such a long word? And I wonder what its abbreviation is. Anyway, for locations where you can find this great piece of journalism, just go to the website, youcanwin.com. You don't have to register. The site will let you browse and download menus, exclusive discounts, and even has some hidden features you can get to from the keyword box on the front page. Just type in the word fun stuff or not printable. Fun, Food, and Entertainment, and youcanwin.com. Tallahassee's biggest double dose of free stuff, fun, and entertainment.
When you need quality residential or commercial fencing at a super affordable price, call Ultimate Fence and Deck. Ultimate Fence and Deck is locally owned, serving the Tallahassee area for over a decade. They specialize in chain link, wood, PVC, aluminum, and wrought iron fences, as well as gates, railings, and fence maintenance. Plus, they're fully licensed and insured and give free estimates. If you can dream it or draw it, they can build it. Call 222-5446, 222-5446, online at ultimatefencing.com.
Hey Tallahassee, it's time to get on board the Gus Bus. The Jaguars have teamed up with WVFT Freedom 93.3 FM and Po' Boys Creole Cafe to offer you a new way to get the Jaguars games at a great low price. Catch round-trip transportation to Everbank Field on the Gus Bus, plus a Jaguars game ticket from just $50 per person per game. The Gus Bus leaves at 8:30 a.m. prior to each Jaguars home game from Po' Boys Killarn, 1425 Village Square Boulevard. Stop by Po' Boys Killarn for more information or call 904-633-5276 and book your seat on the Gus Bus today.
Congratulations. You're in a free country with freedom of speech. And now, you've got the all-new Freedom 93 FM. Lucky you, huh? Oh, KrisAnne Hall Show. She's Liberty's lobbyist.
Let me tell you what. If you're seriously tired of what you're seeing, You're going to have to stop believing the hype. You're going to have to stop listening to the rhetoric. You're going to have to stop listening to the campaign speeches, and you're going to have to get educated. But not only that, educating yourself is just self-gratification. You got to be proactive. You got to get out there and teach people. Do you know how shocked Americans still are when I teach them that Allen West is no friend to liberty? When I teach them of all the things that Allen West voted for in the name of national security that was against liberty. And the interesting statement that Allen West made when he made the little motion that he was not going to be running for office anywhere. He's going to stay out of the political arena for a little while and spend his time defending the principles of liberty. I know some of you are laughing out there because you know Allen West. I know some of you are laughing because you laughed when you heard him say that. Because you see, Allen West just admitted that he had to get out of politics to defend liberty. But guess what? That's the only purpose of our politicians. Our elected employees in the federal level, their whole purpose is the defense of liberty. And because they have failed miserably, here's where we are, right? Because they don't understand that it's their job to defend liberty. They don't even read the stinking preamble of the Constitution that says that the government's there to secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Yeah, that's why we have the federal government. Not for national security, to secure the blessings of liberty. Can you catch that? Because if we are not focused on this, if we are not focused on liberty, you're going to get more GOP-led tyranny. I mean, seriously, is this what you want? We have Republicans right here in the state of Florida, since I'm speaking to Tallahassee. Jeff Miller, who is so militant about national security that he'll sell you into slavery, and when confronted about it, I don't know if you've ever seen Jeff Miller. He's a very large man. I am not. When I approached Jeff Miller about his defense of NDAA and his vote for NDAA and the indefinite detention of U.S. citizens and the transfer of federal power, the transfer of the powers under the laws of war to the Department of Homeland Security, he could not defend his vote. He started to whine like a little girl and then accused me of touching him. Okay, can I make some of you mad? Steve Sutherland, our dear representative, just next door to Tallahassee. Is he Tallahassee too? I guess he is. Steve Sutherland voting for the tyranny of NDAA. And then when I called his office to ask them about it, defending it, telling me I had no idea what I was talking about. That NDAA doesn't do exactly what I say it does. Steve Sutherland also voted for H.R. 347 that turns your First Amendment into a federal offense if you interrupt the orderly conduct of government, and then defended it on the radio. I don't want somebody to come in my office and stand on my desk and start yelling and screaming. Well, you know what, Mr. Sutherland? If that happens, it's a criminal offense. A crime has been committed. We don't have to criminalize First Amendment. We don't have to federal criminalize the First Amendment in order to keep people from making criminal threats and engaging in criminal actions. There are no exceptions to the First Amendment, and you know that I am very adamant about that. But before you vote for another candidate, and I don't care if they're Republican, Democrat, or Libertarian, before you vote for another candidate, you better look at their voting record. You better look at their life record. Have they matured, or are they still engaging in the same activity they did when they were 20 or 21 years old? Do they have an educated stance on liberty? Do they understand and have a proficiency in the Constitution? Because that's their only job description, the Constitution. That's their employee manual. And if they don't know their employee manual, then they do not need to be reelected. Somebody, if you want to reelect Steve Sutherland, you need to get him to sit down and get some real, honest-to-goodness constitutional training so he stops selling our liberty in the name of security. If you like him, why don't you like him enough to invest that in him? If you think he's a good guy, and you think that his votes don't reflect the kind of guy that he is, then why don't you take this good guy and get him educated so he stops selling our liberty down the road? I'm just saying, if you love your candidate that much, love him enough to tell him the truth and love him enough to get him the training that he needs to be a good representative. Just saying. Because you know what happens? We now have the federal government running around looking like a bunch of tyrants. We have colleges, Campbell University, offering a degree in Homeland Security. Key areas of interest being intelligence and warning, border and transportation security, domestic counterterrorism, protecting critical infrastructure in key areas, defending against catastrophic threats, emergency preparedness and response. College courses on how to be tyrannical. And so what do we get then? We get a tyrannical mindset. So let me just be a little bit more controversial as we end this day. I promised you before I ended the show that I would put my wacko-bird hat on and you would be able to call me a right-wing extremist. I'm going to read to you something. Something that was written 200 years ago, but was developed over 1,000 years of blood-bought liberty dedicated principles. This reads, are you ready? Sit up straight in your chair, make your hands and feet obey, and get ready. School is in session. The right of the people, not the government, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects. I mean, that's everything. If it's not a person, it's not a house, it's not a paper, then it's an effect. Against unreasonable searches and seizures. Big, fat 4 words. Are you ready? Shall not be violated. And no warrants shall issue, but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. The Fourth Amendment. Are you worried about trickle-down tyranny? Are you worried? What are the exceptions to the Fourth Amendment? Jonathan is going to play you a clip before we go to this next break. He's going to play you a clip right now, and then I'm going to tell you the entire story. We're going to go through the Fourth Amendment, and we are going to get to the end of this. Jonathan, play clip number 1. You're not going to believe what you hear.
Pittsburgh resident David Eckert was shopping at this Walmart in Deming When he left the parking lot, he didn't make a complete stop at the stop sign as he merged into traffic. Police stopped him. What happens next is documented in medical reports, police reports, and now a federal lawsuit.
They say that when he stepped out of his car, he was standing in a manner that looked as if he was clenching his buttocks.
That's right. Suddenly, this was no longer a minor traffic stop. It was an investigation into Eckert's buttocks. Police note that a drug dog alerted to a possible odor of drugs on Eckert's car seat. And so, police concluded Eckert might be hiding drugs in his anal cavity. The report showed Deming police held Eckert in custody while they secured a warrant signed by a judge allowing a search of his anal cavity. A lawsuit states police took him to the Deming emergency room at Members Hospital, but a doctor there told police he wouldn't perform the search because it was ethically wrong. Next stop, the Gila Regional Medical Center in...
Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? The right of the people to be searched, to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated. No warrant shall issue upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, particularly describing the place to be searched or the persons to things to be seized. You know, I want to see that warrant, particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. What are the exceptions to the Fourth Amendment? What are the exceptions? What are the limitations? Because there are exceptions to the Fourth Amendment. Do you know what they are? Come back after the break. I will teach you what the exceptions are. I will tell you what happened to this man. We are going to finish this show with a bang, and you will leave educated. But make sure you share it.
The KrisAnne Hall Show.
I can't believe this is all we got. What is this, a lava lamp?
Yeah, I guess their stuff is as outdated as their cheap cable company alarm system.
No kidding.
Hey, boss, how come most of the nicer houses have Safe Touch security?
It's simple. Smart shoppers do their research. They find out about Safe Touch's two-way communicator and a 45-second or less guarantee.
Oh, and don't forget about the smash and crash technology Safe Touch has.
Oh, I hate that. That's our bread and butter.
Oh, boss, look! Finally, we got something from this hall that's actually worth something.
Oh, yeah? What'd you get?
It's a VCR.
What? We couldn't get $5 for that thing.
Yeah, but I got some old tapes I haven't seen in years.
Oh, I hate Safe Touch!
Crooks are known to stay away from Safe Touch houses. Hi, I'm Lester Jackson, president of Safe Touch Security Systems. No one beats our technology or our prices, and we're still as low as $1 a day.
Call 385-9511 or go to safetouch.com. State license number EF233.
The 6 o'clock news with Frank Ranneke and Ann Howard, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. on Freedom 93 FM, is brought to you in part by the Gun Vault and Pawn, now located in the Public Shopping Center at Lake Ella. Online at TallahasseeGunVault.com.
At Tallahassee Dodge Chrysler Jeep, it's time for the 2013 Big Finish. We know you've been waiting for this. This is the time of the year for the best deals. Tallahassee DCJ is the Jeep headquarters of America. Now is the time to buy a new Jeep during our 2013 Big Finish, with prices starting at just $16,499. And guess what's back? The all-new 2014 Jeep Cherokee. That's right, the Jeep Cherokee is back and better than ever. Trail-rated and ready to deliver all that you expect in a Jeep. If it's a Dodge you want, we've got it. With the new 4-door stylish 2013 Dodge Dart starting at just $17,499. And the 2013 Dodge Charger starting at just $24,999. If it's a Ram you're looking for, don't go anywhere else. With over 60 in stock and with up to $11,000 off MSRP, you're sure to find the one for you. All this going on right now during our 2013 Big Finish, only at Tallahassee Dodge Chrysler Jeep, on the corner of West Tennessee and Capitol Circle, where we're right on the corner and always right on the price. Dealer retains all rebates and incentives, prices plus tax tag and $5.99 dealer fee.
You only have one chance to make a good first impression, and that's why your locally owned and operated Stewardship Dry Cleaners has so many convenient Tallahassee locations to serve you. Go to stewardshipdrycleaners.com for coupons and locations.
Doral Bank Florida pledges to serve customers with genuine care and concern and to serve our markets as a generous corporate citizen.
In Tallahassee, that approach is embodied by our commercial lender, Jack Kane. Jack's a valuable asset given his extensive banking experience and outstanding reputation, and he truly models Doral's commitment to community service.
If you're working to acquire, expand, or develop a business, Jack Kane is a good guy to know. He's a solid banker and he's good people.
Doral Bank Florida, home of genuine community banking. 914-2525. Member FDIC.
In a world where you work hard to enjoy your time off, the last thing you need is to walk into a hot home on a muggy North Florida summer day. But if you haven't had your unit serviced lately, this could be you. Don't wait until your AC breaks to get service. Schedule your maintenance visit now, because it's never cool to have a hot home. Turn to the experts at Barano and Carrier to find out more. BaranoAC.com. License number CAC 057652.
The KrisAnne Hall Show. She's Liberty's lobbyist.
So we're talking about the Fourth Amendment. We're talking about the man who was pulled over for a traffic stop. And because the police thought he clenched his buttocks, and the drug dog could have possibly alerted for the presence of drugs on his car seat, this police department felt the need to give this man a search of his anal cavity. I can't even say that. 14 hours worth. 14 hours. After they obtained this warrant from their kangaroo court by a judge who obviously has absolutely no understanding of the Fourth Amendment whatsoever. Why? Because we're too busy teaching Homeland Security rather than the Constitution. He was x-rayed. These wicked, immoral doctors then searched him multiple times with their fingers, gave him 3 enemas, made him go to the bathroom in front of them, x-rayed him again, and then sedated him and performed surgery on him. Over what kind of suspicion, what kind of probable cause is the fact that the man clenched his buttocks in a traffic stop, but no drugs were ever found in the car? Some dog sniffed the seat and liked what he smelled. Have you ever seen a dog not sniff somebody's rear end? I'm just saying, how is that probable cause? $14 hours. I'm going to tell you what. I don't know what this man, they said he did not consent. I don't know what he did to resist. But that ain't happening to me as long as I'm conscious. They'll have to strap me down and restrain me, or I'm kicking somebody in their stinking face. Oh, let me tell you what. Maybe not. If you're a man, watch out. We women know where that hurts. You're not getting away with this. So when the reporter confronts the police chief about this, Jonathan, get clip 2 ready. When the reporter confronts the police chief about this, this is what the police chief has to say.
Just one question. As the police chief of Deming, what reassurances could you give people that when they come through your town that they're not going to be abused or violated by your police officers?
We follow the law in every aspect and follow procedures and protocols that we have in place.
And
did you catch that? We follow the law and we follow the procedures. See, he doesn't think anybody's been violated. He doesn't think anybody's been abused. He says we followed the law and our procedures. You know why? Because he's got no clue. No clue as to what his real job is. He has no clue that he just took an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States, and in that he's required to defend the liberty of the people. He has no idea that the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, and papers and effects against unreasonable search and seizures shall not be violated. So what are the exceptions to the Fourth Amendment? Well, I'll tell you. Because you're not protected against any search and seizure, just unreasonable ones. But what is an unreasonable search and seizure? It says right there in the Fourth Amendment. One that is not supported with a warrant. One that has no probable cause. One that is not supported by an oath or affirmation, a review by a common law court, following the common law practice of due process. One that does not particularly describe the place to be searched or the persons to be seized. Now, right before the last clause is a magic three-letter word called AND, A-N-D. In order for a search and seizure to be reasonable, all 5 elements must be there. Not 4 out of 5, not 3 out of 5, but 5 out of 5. There's no probable cause for this search and this violation and this physical abuse of this man. No probable cause. It's an unreasonable search and seizure. And guess what? Your prosecutor, your officer says he has exigent circumstances. I don't see exigent circumstances in the Fourth Amendment as an exception. Every other exception to the Fourth Amendment, whether other than warrants and probable cause and oaths and particularly describing things, every other exception to a reasonable search and seizure has been created by the government to give the government more power to deny you your liberty. I was a prosecutor for over 7 years. I know this case law. Don't tell me case law. This case law is created by judges and lawyers who do not understand the Constitution because it is not taught in law schools. And you are not bound by this. Hey, I promised you I'd be a wacko bird. My friend Jack Rogers up here in Minnesota says, KrisAnne, the Constitution is not right or left. It is the central principle of this country. I'm not a right-wing wacko bird. I'm a central wacko bird. I'm a supreme law of the land wacko bird. I am a wacko bird for liberty. Can I ask you something? Why aren't you? Should we just be wacko birds for Duck Dynasty instead? Would that be more productive? Just wondering. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.